Due to our huge development on our civilization, many people began to search for entertainments, or so to speak, sports. Well, these days are the days when new sports like pinball and speed stacking come out every 5 seconds, but there's one historical sport that was made roughly on 600 BC and is played until now: boxing. Boxing is a combat sport which two people engage in a contest of strength, speed, reflexes, endurance, and will by throwing punches with gloved hands. Well, a lot of people say that boxing is a barbaric and a cruel sport because it causes many deaths, makes injuries, and all sorts of ridiculous reasons, so it should be banned. But I mean, if it is those reasons that makes boxing banned, I bet a bunch of other sports should be banned also. I will clear it about that later, and I will start my first point now. First, people have their rights to make their own decisions. Governments and organizations cannot restrict what citizens want, of course unless it is illegal, and they are therefore to fulfill or at least try to satisfy every citizen, not giving them a sense of loss. A lot of people has a dream, and they work hard to achieve it. But what would you feel if somebody just takes away your dream and make you never do it again? Then where would the joy and your effort go? To exemplify it, I'll give you a scenario. There was a boy who wanted to be a professional baseball player. He threw hundreds of balls every day and trained. And one day, when he became a man, fully ready to play on the league, the coach and their family and everyone he knew said that he cannot throw baseball anymore. What would he feel? What was his effort for? This boy just feel a lot of sense of loss and could go to a harsh mental breakdown. And it is the same. Boxing is their job, their life, and their energizer. Boxing is all they want and all they have. Second, injury rate is not a big part of the issue, and to go furthermore, banning is not the only option. Well, you see, there are some people who strongly argue that the boxing rules and regulations should be strengthened. But you see, I don't really get the point that the boxing rules and regulations should be strengthened, because boxing is a technical and professional game that is played on exact rules. I won't mention all the rules, but I will tell you some part of it. Well, you cannot hit below the belt, kick, wrestle, headbutt, bite, spin on, or push your opponent. You cannot hit with an open glove, the inside glove, wrist, backhand, side of the hand. You cannot punch your opponent's back or head or kidney. Or if there's somebody who argues that boxing is a dangerous and a cool sport, I guess they didn't even read the rules. And maybe they argue about injury rates, but that's also nonsense because due to a study, they say throughout 1990 to 2008, approximately 165,000 people visited to U.S. hospital emergency department, which is with boxing-related injuries, which is 8,716 person per year. But with soccer, due to the February issue of American Journal of Sports Medicine, they say throughout 1990 to 2003, approximately 1.6 million soccer-related injuries occurred on the U.S. hospital emergency department, which is 96,200 to 136,000 per year. So to summarize all those dizzy numbers, boxing is about 8,000 and soccer is 100,000. Do you get it? A lot of people think boxing is a really dangerous sport, but if you really look deep into it, it is not. It's just because that people think boxing is fighting, not a sport. And lastly, even with your huge effort to wipe out the boxing out, it won't happen. I'll give you some examples. You see a lot of commercials like smoking is bad, alcohol should be driven away, and drugs are illegal, and those things like that. They have one similarity. Even though the government and the organizations help to reduce it, it doesn't happen. It's the same. Even if they try to ban boxing, people will search in any way to find to do it. Like I mentioned before, boxing is played on exact rules when prevents any sudden dangerous behaviors. It has a professional referee and it's played on safety rings, and there's medical people who's ready to come out in any dangerous situations. How about if we ban it? People will go out on the streets or in club or in backyard. Do they have a professional referee? No. Do they follow the rules? No. Then what will be the same? It will not longer be boxing. It will be fighting. So is banning making the situation better? No. And so to summarize it, people have their own rights to make their own decisions. And I provide you the injury rates that boxing is not, like the injury rate is not a very serious part of boxing, and it is the people's confusion with fighting and sport. And lastly, even if with their huge effort to wipe the boxing out, it won't happen because people will search in any way to do it, and it will make the situation only worse. So because of all those reasons, I think that boxing should not be banned. Thank you.